all might be here. All right, the clerk is raising her thumb like we're here. We shall call this meeting to order at 6:14. Thank you, everyone, for hanging in there while we got the technical difficulties squared away. Board Clerk, will you call the roll to confirm our attendance tonight? Thank you.
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. I'll begin with Director Gould.
Present.
Director Orzali is absent. Moving on to Director Wood.
Present.
Sheets.
Present.
Kelly.
Present.
Jones.
Here.
Director White is also absent this evening. Director Clark.
Present.
And President Sailors, turning it over to you.
Thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is the pledge to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag of the United States
of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, our next item is the Metro Cable announcement. The open session meeting is videotaped for cablecast on Metro Cable 14, replayed on Saturday, July 16th at 2 p.m. and Monday, July 18th at 2 p.m. on Channel 14, webcast at metro14live.saccounty.net. We now have the public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within the district jurisdiction, including items on or not on the agenda. Tonight we have a speaker, Richard Houch. And Mr. Houch, would you like to go ahead now?
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks for allowing me to speak. Our concern really is we back up to the American River Parkway here, and as you know, seasonally fires are an issue. And most recently, there was one on Father's Day that was by Ansel Hoffman Park and behind our house. And we were obviously terrified, and we were more than grateful that Metro Fire responded and got it under control relatively quickly with water drops from the helicopters. So the concern is we have is obviously camping in the parkway, which is illegal, and the fact that that is increased because of the homeless situation. And I think our appeal really is to try to emphasize that with the fire district, that camping in the parkway needs to be the regulation and restriction of camping in the parkway truly needs to be enforced, as it increases the fire danger to have it not enforced. And that essentially is my appeal to you, and hopefully that just in the interest of fire prevention, that can be communicated to the Board of Supervisors. We also went down to the Board of Supervisors meeting the other night and spoke to them about the same subject.
Thank you.
That is all. Thank you very much for.
Thank you, Mr. Houch. Did you get any response from the Board of Supervisors when you were at their meeting?
Not yet, except I know that they're addressing specifically the homeless situation at a future board meeting. But no, we didn't get anything back from them.
All right. Are there any directors that would like to address Mr. Houch?
Madam President, I think I might have some, but I'll do it during our comments.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Houch, for tuning in with us tonight and giving us this information. And I'm hoping that in the future you will have some success with your inquiries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers?
I didn't have any other speakers here in person. However, Art, if you want to give our viewers a chance to unmute themselves.
Yes, give me 1 second, going through the list. Hello, attendees. You now have the ability to unmute yourselves if there's anything you'd like to present to the board at this time. Looks like no takers.
No more speakers. Thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is the consent items. Does anyone have any questions on the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we adopt the consent.
I have
And I'll second.
a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Director Gould,
Aye.
Wood,
Aye.
Sheets,
Aye.
Kelly,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
and Sailors.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is an action item. It is the ratification of the resolution to extend teleconference of board meetings, Government Code 54953-E-3. We have this every 30 days so that we can continue to do a hybrid meeting so that people can tune in via Zoom. Can I get a motion in a second on
I
this?
so move.
A second.
We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Director Gould,
Aye.
Wood,
Aye.
Sheets,
Aye.
Kelly,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
and Sailors.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Next is reports. For my president's report, I have no report tonight. Next up is the fire chief's report.
Good evening, Board of Directors and those attending in the audience. Ty Bailey, Deputy Chief of the Administration. I'm filling in for Chief Harms this evening, who is on vacation with his family. Oh, thank you. Apparently I'm talking. So with that being said, we have a recruitment out. We're currently recruiting for office technician. The final filing date is July 15th at 4 p.m. So that vacancy was created due to a promotion, and that promotion was Ali Zablonsky. She's promoted to administrative specialist in HR. Deputy Fire Marshal internal final filing date will be July 29th, and this is to backfill Deputy Fire Marshal Krishana Fields, who resigned as of July 8th. We want to thank her for her service, and we wish her the best moving forward. Reassignments, Assistant Chief Chris Green has been reassigned to CRRD effective Monday of this week, July 11th. This is pending a projected vacancy, and he will presume the role as Fire Marshal effective August 1st. Battalion Chief Grant Russell was selected to fill the Special Operations Battalion Chief day position, and that will be effective August 1st as well. Appointments effective August 1st. Assistant Chief Carl Simmons will be assigned as shift commander on B shift. Congratulations to all those. Retirements. We had 2 retirements since our last meeting. Fire Marshal Lisa Barsdale. She served 34 years at Metro Fire, including those predecessor agencies. Just incredible. I worked many years with her. She did an excellent job. I want to congratulate her and wish her the best. July 1st as well, Engineer Ken Harrington served 21 years here at Metro Fire, and I wish him the best as well, and congratulations. On 6/27/22-2, we met with the Single Role Paramedic Academy. We currently have 11 recruits. 5 of those are paramedics, 6 EMTs. But 6 of the EMTs, 5 of the 6 are currently in the process of obtaining their paramedic license. So 4-week academy, we expect them to be out here just in 2 weeks, and we're looking forward to them joining us out online. 22-1, the Fire Academy graduation was July 1st. Answer the call. We had 37 firefighters that graduated. 18 of those were paramedics, 19 EMTs. And I just want to say that Chief Wagaman did an excellent job emceeing that for us. So thank you very much. And then lastly, fire camp started this week. The last day is tomorrow, July 15th. It's a great opportunity for our members of the community as well as the youth to get a little taste of what we do each and every day. I want to thank Brenda Briggs and Captain Salmons. I'm sure there's many others, but they really spearheaded this and got it going for us. And I just want to commend them and thank them. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you. Operations report, Deputy Chief Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, directors and everybody here. From operations, since our last report, we've run a total of 6,570 incidents, which is slightly busier than our last period, an average of 312 calls a day. We've actually bumped our number of fires up as well, up to 18 calls per day on average over that time period. A couple of other items for update on our SAFER grant, and as Chief Bailey mentioned, the graduation of 22-1. First off, I want to say a huge thank you to all of those on the service delivery team that have stepped up, as well as professional staff that have been working to get ready for implementing our plan. They've done a great job. Director Gildon is here, as well as Assistant Chief John Rudnicki were chairs of that team, as we've talked about before. But in addition to making the recommendations, they've also been assisting with the deployment plan. So thanks to them and that group that continues to work through finalizing this to get it up and running. Our target date for putting in those 7 new positions per shift remains August 4th. With the academy graduation on July 1st, the probationary period the probationary firefighters doing a 10-shift ride along. That is the first day that they're eligible to count as staffing. And so that lines up with August 4th. We're rolling out that plan. We're moving forward with staffing medic 59 full-time with 2 of those folks per shift. And then we're going to add a 4th firefighter position to engine 41, 53, 61. And then adding in a squad at station 24. That's a new resource in our county, and so we have, along with those other changes, we have a lot of work that is continuing to go on with logistical support. Obviously, the extra people in the fire stations, apparatus, equipment, cross shift bid with those spots went out. So we're moving towards that, but it's been a lot of work and there's a lot of work still to get done, but that'll be a great resource. All of those resources adding into the system for our service delivery. So looking forward to that. Let's see, a couple of incidents just to update you on since the last meeting. We had 2 large incidents with our partners here locally. The first one was the Rice's incident. It was up in Nevada, Yuba, Placer, and CAL FIRE. Up to that incident, when it started in late June, we sent an OES engine, a Type 3 engine, and some strike team leaders up there to assist with the strike team, as well as our SAC Regional Incident Management team. We were activated and went up there, and actually some of those members stayed there for a week to 10 days and assisting with that. And so they did a great job there. A lot of accolades to them on their return. And then the second incident, which was more recent, was the Electra incident over in Amador County that crossed over into Calaveras County. That started on July 4th in the afternoon, which is a very challenging time for us here in the county just due to the incident numbers that we see. I'm proud to say that we were able to get an OES engine as well as the SAC Regional Incident Management Team rostered and up to that incident that first night, and they did a great job engaging. And then the following day, we were able to deploy our copter. We deployed the copter. There was a request due to the topography of a river canyon of putting firefighters down in there to be able to, if an incident occurred, go in and get them out any time of day or night. And our resource that we have here and our folks that are trained up are one of the only in the state, as well as regionally and locally here due to our partnerships. The request came, we need to get in there tonight. Can you get the helicopter up here? Our folks worked out a staffing plan and were able to deploy. And with that being said, also on that incident, they did have a hoist rescue. There was a firefighter that had an emergency on the line. From the time the request came in to the time that person was at the hospital, that included the hoist rescue and our helicopter taking them, a time frame of 36 minutes. In that area, to have that resource available and to do what they did, they truly engaged and were quickly able to get in and provide that medical assistance, which I'm very, very proud of. We all are very proud of them. We all should continue to be proud of what they do there. And then with that, the unit chief from CAL FIRE sent us a thank you. He really appreciated it, knowing the limited staffing that we might have had. The fact that we were able to do that was greatly, greatly appreciated by them. A quick overview on July 4th overall in the county. We saw a reduction in incidents year over year on that actual date. I know we're still looking through some numbers for the weekend and kind of July 2nd through the 5th surrounding it. It looks very close call volume wise for there, but for July 4th itself, if you look just at the dispatch center, We almost had a 25% reduction in total incidents from last year, which is good. However, it still was a lot of incidents, and we still had to we got to a drawdown level where we had to decrease some of our responses, some longer duration response times and things like that. But I am glad to say that the weather really helped us. I think we had some higher humidities and some of those things that were really in our favor. So that was really good. And then finally, as Chief Bailey mentioned, fire camp is going on this week. Really great to see those folks back out there, 48 happy campers. And our members out there this morning went out and visited them. They were up at the Roseville Tower, climbing the ladder, utilizing fire extinguishers. It's a really great program we have. It's an excellent opportunity for us to interact with our youth in the community. And so glad to see it back. Looking forward to it growing back to what it used to be. And then one other additional item of note, one of the fire captains out there actually was a camper back in 2003, and now he's the director of the camp. So that's a feel-good story. Pretty cool. I talked with him earlier today. So anyways, if you've already been out there, thank you. They did mention they've had some visits, but tomorrow at La Sierra Community Center, they're going to do their afternoon barbecue and show off their skills they've learned. So it'd be great if anybody's available to attend and visit with them. Just a fun week. Looking forward to that moving forward in the future, again, growing back to that big camp that it always has been. So unless there's any questions, that's the end of my report.
Are there any questions? Thank you, Chief Mitchell. Next up, firefighters local 522.
President Sailors, board members, Acting Chief Bailey, members on Zoom and in the room. First off, I don't know when I became the old guy, but hearing that one of our captains was a camper in 03, it clearly happened. I have arrived. So that's cool. And I'm super happy that that's going on again. We all should be very excited. That's a good sign of the times, right? So pretty exciting there. We'd like to also congratulate Lisa Barsdale on her retirement. Her service was fantastic to the organization for years, and she will be missed, as well as Ken Harrington. We wish both of them well. Krishana Fields and what she brought also to CRD will be greatly missed, and we wish her great success at El Dorado Hills, as well as one of our new members, Ryan Crowder. He left the organization after not just quite a year. He was on probation, and he went over to Consumnes. So we wish everybody well in all their new adventures. Since the last time we talked, we've had a couple Mocha Mondays. We've connected with over 50 members between those Mocha Mondays. So we're continuing to get out and support local businesses and move around in our battalions, get the membership out. So it's just really good to be able to connect, and we're continuing that. We also have had some family liaison and department liaison training at the Union Hall. So at times we have tragic loss, like we experienced with Kyle, but we also have tragic incidents with injuries and illness that come on some of our members. And so having family liaisons and department liaisons to work together to take care of our members is critically important. And Jeremy Crawford put together a great training. We had 522 honor guard there to go through the process and the policies we have in place. And then we had CalPERS get on the phone and just talk to us about making sure that all of our members' information is updated and what we need to do to ensure that our families are taken care of and protected if we're hit with tragedy like that, which hopefully we're not, but we all know that that is part of this job. And so it was really good. And I'd like to thank Jeremy for the work that he put in with some of our other members from the e-board there. I think we had about 20 folks in the room, a lot of younger folks too. It was good to see fresh faces and get folks engaged in what it means to be union strong and what 522 does to take care of each other. So we also had a labor EMS summit, if you will, on the 7th and 8th. We got together and the service delivery team with some of the folks from the negotiation team talked about our vision of reconstruction of Metro EMS and our potential deployment of not just ambulances, but how that can augment suppression so we can ensure that we're reducing call volumes in some of our busiest areas and keeping companies open and increasing levels of service on both ambulance delivery as well as suppression. So 2 heavy lift days last week, and we brought that into negotiations yesterday. So I know you'll hear some reports on that in closed session. I can tell you that we are fully committed to being productive there. We have 3 meetings scheduled in September and 4 meetings scheduled in October to ensure that we are as productive as possible. And with that, we're going to go sign up these new SRPs, 11 folks working in what we hope we start to brand as Metro EMS moving forward. And that collaborative lift in the negotiations room and between labor management is about ensuring that 11 grows. And when we're talking about 5 LS folks, hopefully we're talking about 20, 25, so we can continue to offer a high level of service to our community. So I'm just happy to report that we're making progress on that and we're working together closely on that. And other than that, we have a unit meeting coming up in 32's area. We're going to go have breakfast and support a local business over there next week. And so we hope to come together and continue to commit to the mission of making Metro better every day. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is committee and delegate reports. First up, the executive committee. We have nothing on the agenda and nothing to, it shall be determined. The next committee is Communication Center JPA.
Good evening, President
Good
Sanders and
evening.
directors.
Wagon.
The Com Center JPA board has not met. We were scheduled to meet on July 12th. It was postponed. There was some need for some additional administrative time to put some staff reports together for the board meeting. So the board agreed to postpone it, and we will be meeting here on July 28th, Metro Board Chambers at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So no report tonight, but I will have one for you after the 28th. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Finance and Audit Committee. They met in June. Their next meeting will be July 28th at 5:30 p.m. here before our next meeting. Next up is the Policy Committee. Director Gould.
No report. We wait with curiosity and concern about when our next policy meeting will be. And so we are anxious to see that happen.
Perfect. Next up is the board member questions and comments. First up tonight will be Director Matt Kelly.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. Hey, guys, this is my last hurrah. I will be leaving the board as I am going to take up residence outside my current district. So I will be in Director Sheets' district and in 107's area. First and foremost, I would like to thank the residents of District 7 for allowing me the pleasure of serving them on this board for the last 18 plus years. It's been a pleasure. I've seen 6 fire chiefs and a whole bunch of different board members over the years. Director Jones, Director Gould, I have served with you both since I began on this board. Thank you very much for your guidance when I was an early board member and your friendship over the last 18 years. I appreciate everybody's friendship that's been on the board before and after. It's been an absolute pleasure to be part of an organization that is high performing, and Metro Fire is a organization that all others should be compared to. I appreciate the opportunity to say goodbye. I'll see you and follow you all, and see how the board's going in the future. But again, I apologize for having to say goodbye, but that's what I got to do. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your service, Director Kelly. And next up to speak is Local 522.
President Sailors, thank you for the opportunity to speak to Director Kelly. Matt's commitment to his union brothers and sisters is second to none. And Matt did reach out to us as his union brothers and sisters yesterday and put this on our radar. Words like solidarity are some of the most solidarity and commitment are some of the most important words to the working class. And Matt has shown that on and off of this board for his entire life. I, again, clearly am the old guy, and I remember walking for Matt's first election back in early 2000 when I was just a junior firefighter. And so I have known Matt and seen his leadership from afar, but as an involved union member, and it is inspiring. I have not had but 6 months of opportunity to work with Matt in this capacity. But I can tell you his accessibility to us is appreciated. And Director Kelly, we thank you for everything that you have done through the years. I personally thank you for all of the calls that you have taken and the fact that you have always been there and unwavering. But there are a number of folks that we have on Zoom and in the room that worked closely with you for more than 6 months, and they would like to say something also. So Art, if we could unmute Trevor Jameson, he should be in the attendee group, or if you can give him the ability to unmute himself. I also spoke to ex-Vice President Mike McGoldrick, and Matt, he wants to thank you also for your commitment and all of your hard work that you have put in over the years. Is Trevor up?
Yep, I'm here.
Go ahead, Trevor.
All right. Can everyone hear me there?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Matt, Director Kelly, Brother Kelly. There's a lot of names that we refer to each other as, but I just I am just thrilled to be able to give this opportunity to you to recognize your service, not only as a labor leader in the region of Sacramento, as the state of California, but also someone who put his money where his mouth was and served the public as a director of Metro Fire. It's very easy to sit on the sidelines and just think you know it better than everybody else, but I know for a fact that you put your heart and soul into Metro Fire. You put your heart and soul into the labor movement in Sacramento and in California. And as a former vice president of Metro, my tenure, you were always there, always able to talk to. We broke a lot of bread. I think we ate a lot of sushi together. But the conversations we had about labor and what was going on in Metro always were on point. And I wish you the best in your future. Our members owe you a debt of gratitude for the service that you have given them as a director of Metro Fire. And I will always, always be thankful of your ability to speak coherently about the issues of Metro Fire and give us your time. So I wish you the best. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for being a strong union brother. And I know there's other people to follow me, but thank you very much. And we wish you the best.
Thanks, Trevor. I'll pass the mic over to ex-Vice President Ty Bailey, Acting Fire Chief. Ty.
Thank you, Matt. Matt, man, it goes way back. This is I have so many memories, but I wrote down a couple. First and foremost, thank you for your friendship. You always answered my calls. You were a straight shooter. You told me how it was. You didn't try to sugarcoat it, and I always appreciated that. In 2009, when the economy, we were in a bad recession, people were laid off, we were closing stations. You were one of the board members that showed up at the meeting with, at the time, VP Johnson. And I know that wasn't easy, but I truly appreciated your leadership in being there and speaking to the members. And I know that they appreciated you being there as well. I'd like to say it's not goodbye. And you definitely don't need to apologize, because your leadership here on this board in the community, and with our labor union and the position that I held it was truly amazing. I mean, that's really the only way I can put it. And I wish you the best. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here for you now. And I just want to say thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you, Ty. And thank you, Matt Cole. And
I don't want to cut you off, Director Kelly. We have a couple more people that would like to thank you as well. So if we could unmute ex-Vice President Chief Johnson, he should be on the Zoom as well.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Outstanding. Matt, Wow. I salute you, my friend. If Matt Cole feels old, I really feel old because I remember stumping the streets with him as a junior firefighter for you. I tell you what, everything you've done for the community, for labor, for Metro Fire is nothing short of remarkable. Like Chief Bailey said, your direct communications, your kind of upfront, direct, and don't hold anything back. That was extremely helpful. It was painful at times, but we needed to hear those things. I too remember that the fateful meeting where you stood up and from a very large group of members, and there was things that we didn't want to talk about, but we knew we had to talk about. And you made it clear that, hey, hold up to your promise. It is because of that, Matt, that you're just an outstanding labor leader. You're an outstanding individual. I don't know anybody else that's more dedicated to the labor movement, period, end of story. And I've talked to a lot of them. Your name comes up consistently. So I want to come in and just really thank you for everything. I salute you. I wish you the best. And thank you for your service to the community. Thank you for your service to labor. And thank you for your service to the men and women of Metro Fire. I wish you well. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Johnson. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mo. And then I'd like to call Pat Monahan up.
How you doing? Pat Monahan, retired employee, Metro Fire. First off, Matt, I'd be remiss if I didn't come up here and publicly thank you for your years of dedication, your years of leadership, your pillar to the community, not only to labor, but also to the citizens that reside within the community. But everything the membership enjoys, as well as the services provided, are due to this board. And as you know, not one individual can do it alone, but you have played a significant part in the decision process throughout this entire district, this organization, and to the salary and benefits of not only the represented, but the unrepresented as well. So once again, I know you may want to shoot me sometimes, but when Brian Rice and I lasted you into coming, being a contributing member of society for the board, I just want to thank you publicly and wish you the best. And as others have said, if you need any assistance at all, you know we're a phone call away. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it very much. And Trevor Jameson, I appreciate your words as well. Matt Cole, you ambushed me.
Well, that was not the intent, sir, but it is a sincere thank you from members in days gone by. Current members and future members will all benefit from your involvement in the union movement and on this board in Metro Fire. So we are union strong, and you are a big contributing factor to that. So thank you, sir. Thank you, President Sabers.
Thank you.
All right. To continue on with board member comments. Director Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. Matt, Director Kelly, you have always been a strong board member. You're always involved on so many issues pertaining to Metro Fire, up to and including today. You're always looking for ways to improve Metro Fire, both internally and externally to the community. We have served a long time together. It's always been a forward-thinking mentality for us here on the board, and I appreciate wholeheartedly your extremely strong contributions to that forward movement. Thank you for your years of service, both at Metro Fire and within the labor community of our region. Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you, Director Jones.
I do have other comments, but it doesn't seem appropriate right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Jones. Director Sheets.
Good evening, Director Kelly. You have always been somebody that I have asked questions and you have answered them, given me guidance. Really appreciate the leadership that you've had on this board and the mentorship. Me being a new board member over the last almost 6 years, you've always been somebody who I can reach out to and get information to help me make informed decisions. So I just want to thank you for your leadership. I wish you the best of luck. Welcome to my district. And if you need anything as a friend, as a nurse or anything like that, you let me know. I'm just a phone call away.
Thank you very much, Director Sheets.
Director Wood.
Director Kelly, Matt, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you. I sat in the Board of Supervisors room 10 years ago, just almost 10 years ago now, with Dave Pearson and Delman. And I'm grateful that you had the confidence in me to recommend me on here. It has been just amazing getting to know you. I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. I'm grateful for you sharing all the sage wisdom you have over the years. It was wonderful being by your side and doing the groundbreaking for 68 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago now. And it's just been a real honor, Matt. It's been a real honor, and I'm grateful for everything. So you take care.
Thank you, Ted.
Like everyone says, if you need anything, you know where we're at.
Thank you.
You stay safe and take care of yourself, Matt. Thanks.
I will. Thanks again, Ted.
Director Gould.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, he talks about being blindsided. I think all of us were blindsided this evening by what Matt has said. I echo all of the comments that have been made tonight about this wonderful human being. I will just say that in addition to all of his skill sets related to labor and everything you've heard this evening, I think it's important that we also recognize that the community as a whole will have a hole in it with Matt no longer serving in this position. He has been one of the most dedicated individuals as an elected official that I've ever met. And I think our community owes him a great deal of respect, because not only did he agree to take time out of his family life, but under some most difficult circumstances over the last couple of years, Matt has stayed in the game and has been here every step of the way. And so our community as a whole needs to look at Matt Kelly as an example of what we need moving forward in the future. People with true character who are going to stay to the visions of the agencies that they represent and the constituencies that elect them. And I can't think of a better example than Matt Kelly. This organization will never be the same without you, Matt. It's just impossible to consider that, because it won't be. And as a friend, as a colleague, and as someone that looks up to you with a great deal of respect, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything you've done for this organization. And like I said, I think the community as a whole has lost a significant champion for all aspects of our lives. And so I wish you the best of luck and Godspeed, my friend.
Thank you very much, Director Gould. Thank you. My sincere thank you.
Director Clark.
Okay. Matt, as you know, you and I go way back from the Sierra Building Trades. You were one of the first guys when I got involved in this organization to help me out, offer me your leadership. You were a solid labor leader, and we shared a lot of thoughts and ideas, and I mean, I don't know what else I could say that other people haven't said already, you know, and you well know that I treasure not only our friendship, but the relationship that we had on this board. And like Director Gould said, the board will never be the same. And we're just gonna really miss you. You know, we're gonna miss you. Anything you need, just let us know. And also the rest of the labor community, talking about the Central Labor Council, all those organizations that we were involved in besides Metro Fire. Really appreciated your leadership and your stewardship along the years. So, Matt, just, yeah, I can't say it. I really can't say a heck of a lot more than what has been said. But thank you so much, and keep in touch. We'll keep in touch, and anything you need, we're here for you.
Thank you, Director Clark.
Director Kelly, even though I've only known you for 3.5 years, you have shown me the meaning of dedication and strength in impossible times. I have learned so much from you, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to share this time with you. And I feel blessed to have known you, and I wish you the best of luck and the best wishes. And like everyone has said, if you need anything, you know how to reach any and all of us. I'm sure that all of us would be there with just one phone call.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Sailors. Very kind of you. And if I could only bring one memory up, it would be my good friend Tom Lawson.
Yes.
And, you know, hey, it's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you for all the kind words that have been said about me. I tell friends all the time, I'm not that impressed with myself. So it's always interesting to hear people talk. So thank you again. It's very nice to hear all those kind words. All right, move the agenda onward.
Thank you, Director Kelly. We shall now go to closed session.
Madam Chair, can we take a bio break for about 10 or so minutes?
Yes. Yes,
Thank
we
you,
may.
Madam. Matt, best wishes, my friend.
See you in closed session.
All right.